Welcome to This Explainer. Go ahead and turn your screen brightness down just a little bit, settle in, and let's get comfortable, because we're going to talk about something incredibly personal today. Right off the bat, I want to be perfectly clear about something. This is not a financial lecture. I'm not here to scold you about budgeting, and I am certainly not going to preach at you to just save your money. Instead, we're looking at a massive psychological reveal. We're diving deep into the hidden truths of how our emotions secretly control our spending habits.
You see, there's this hidden force at play in our lives. It's a quiet, almost invisible driver behind our biggest purchases and honestly our smallest impulse buys too. Just think about it for a second. What is the most expensive feeling in the world?
We almost always assume that when people blow their money, it's just a character flaw, right? We point the finger at greed, we blame laziness. But actually, that isn't it at all. The most expensive feeling in the world is loneliness. It's a pretty profound revelation when you think about it, because lonely people spend money completely differently. Nobody really talks about this, but some of the biggest spending decisions people make actually have absolutely nothing to do with money itself.
So let's get right into section 1, why we actually spend. Picture this scene, because let's be honest, we have all been there. You're sitting alone late at night, the glow of your phone lighting up a dark room, and you're ordering a massive meal when you aren't even hungry. When we feel stressed, ignored, or just kind of empty, we rarely part with our cash because we actually need physical items. What we're actually doing is engaging in emotional spending. We're clicking buy to get that quick hit of dopamine, a momentary distraction, or, sometimes even to attempt to purchase an entirely new identity.
Which brings us to section 2, the modern corporate trap.
Now, before you start feeling guilty about this, you've got to know that you aren't fighting this battle alone. And honestly, the deck is heavily stacked against you. Companies know this psychology inside and out. Just look at how pervasive these modern spending traps are in our daily lives. You've got completely frictionless food delivery apps ready to go at 1 a.m., infinite late-night shopping portals, and luxury brands constantly whispering in your ear that you deserve this purchase to feel better about your day.
And this leads us to a massive paradigm shift. Modern companies don't just sell products anymore, they sell emotional relief. When you make that late-night purchase, you aren't actually buying a product, you are buying temporary relief from the stress or loneliness you were feeling just 5 minutes prior.
And that takes us into section 3, the vicious spending loop.
Because relying on corporate products for emotional comfort creates a trap that is incredibly difficult to break out of. Let's look at how this inevitable cycle actually functions in real life. It usually starts with step 1. You feel sad, or maybe just empty. So you move to step 2. You buy something. And hey, it works, briefly. Step 3 brings this fleeting moment of temporary happiness, a nice little spike of dopamine. But it fades fast, and it's almost always followed by step 4. Guilt, which leads right back into that profound feeling of emptiness. And how do we cure that emptiness? Step 5, we buy again. Sad, buy. Happy, empty, buy again. It's just a continuous, mechanical loop.
Moving right along to section 4, the disguise.
Now, the absolute scariest part of this entire phenomenon isn't the loop itself. It's the fact that emotional spending wears a brilliant disguise. Notice how perfectly these deep psychological voids map onto our mundane, everyday actions. What looks like random Amazon boxes showing up at your door is actually you seeking comfort. Ordering delivery when your fridge is literally full of groceries, that's just avoiding emptiness. A closet packed with clothes, including that 5th pair of identical black pants you never ever wear, that is trying to buy a new identity. Even just buying cute office supplies to feel productive is really a distraction from stress. We're masking deep psychological voids with perfectly normal-looking consumer habits.
Finally, we reach section 5, buying to feel something.
As we pull all of this together, I really want to reiterate something. The goal here is absolutely not to judge you. You can't just flip a switch and turn off human emotion. But what we can do is change our awareness in those vulnerable moments. So the next time you find yourself randomly adding items to your cart at midnight, I want you to remember this profound truth. Sometimes people don't buy things because they're rich, they buy things because they're trying to feel something.
And that brings us to the end of our dive into the psychology of loneliness and spending. If this explainer on our hidden habits resonated with you today, I really want to hear from you. Take a moment, drop a comment below, and let me know, what is your biggest emotional spending trap? Come on, we all have one. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more deeply researched explainers just like this one, and please share this with someone who might really need to hear it today. Thanks so much for learning with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.